Hello everybody, today I'm just in the mood to draw and I welcome you to join me. So make sure to hit that subscribe button and now let's just get right into the video. I want to draw something cute, simple, maybe like, ooh, how about a little bear? Maybe like a quiet bear. What if he liked to read? He was like always reading, kind of like a bookworm. And he could wear like big round glasses. I think that would be so cute. You could just draw like a little picture of him reading in different places. So I'm just gonna draw one, maybe just like him reading, just like in a simple pose. And so I just started with his head, and I decided that I just wanted to have his arms and his head above and to have like a table that he is sitting at. If he had a little scarf, that would be so cute. And so I gave him a cute little scarf and also a book that he's reading. I love this one so much. Now I want to show him maybe in like the library looking for a book among like the shelves. Maybe they're like a little too high for him, so he's like on his tiptoes. And so I tried my best with the perspective of the bookshelf. And I tried to give him a more interesting position, so I put like one of his arms up, one against the bookshelf, and one of his legs up and one down so that it looked like he was on his tippy toes. And I also kind of struggled with the ear and glasses placement, but I think in the end I got it looking okay. And then I also drew the books, also keeping the perspective in mind, which is a little hard. Okay, so I figured out the books as best as I can. They're not perfect, but maybe it just was like stacked kind of weirdly. So next, I thought it'd be cute if maybe we drew him like laying down with one of his legs up and he's just like reading a book with some candles or something. I don't know, it sounds super cute and relaxing. So I think that's what we're doing next. So I just got right to work with that, and this was kind of hard to do with the shape of his body. Okay, so some progress has been made, as you can see. Took a little bit of like messing around to finally get it right, but I think this looks pretty good. And then I just drew the book he was reading, and I decided to put his other arm up. And then I also added some candles around him, just to add a little something more. Okay, I think this one's done. I think it's so cute. But for the last one, I don't think I want him reading. Maybe he'd be like watering his plants. I feel like that kind of goes with book reading. And then in his hand, he can be carrying more books. I like that. Okay, so let's start with the plants. I feel like they'd be pretty big. Maybe his own little like greenhouse. And so I drew a big and little plant, and I tried to draw the bear a little bit behind them so that they weren't all in the same line. And I also decided to draw his face at a 3/4 view, just because I hadn't done that yet. And you wouldn't be really able to see the books if I drew them here, so I think I'm just going to put a little pile here, just because I feel like we need to include them in each one, since he's such a bookworm. And so I just drew a stack of 3 books, and I tried to make them perspectively right. Okay, so I've just finished all of the sketches, and I'm really happy with them. And now I think it's time to go in with the fine liner and do the line art. So this is size 0.4, and I'm just going to get started. So I just started with the top right one, and I tried to add little gaps in the fur to make him look kind of fuzzy and like he has a lot of fluffy fur. And I also just outlined the rest. I'm actually breaking out my ruler for these straight edges since I want to get them right. Why does this always happen? Recovering from that, I continued doing that, hoping not to make another mistake, and overall it went pretty well. So I just outlined the rest of the bookcase and then outlined all the other things, including the books and the bear. So I'm not sure if I want to do this other shelf yet or not, so I think I'm going to outline everything and then I will decide at the end or erase it if I don't want it. And then I just continued right along, and I actually forgot to put little gaps in the lines, which I do kind of regret, but I guess I just forgot to do that. But this one was actually really fun to outline with all the little details. But then I just continued on to the 4th one, and sorry my camera is out of focus for like this whole time period. And also I didn't realize that when I outlined the books that they were also out of camera, so that's another mistake that I made. But it wasn't very interesting anyways. Now for the satisfying but hand-tiring part, erasing. Okay, so it's time to color. I've chosen out some colors here that I think kind of match my color scheme. So honestly, although this kind of looks like a polar bear, especially with the scarf, I think I want to make it a brown bear. And I want to use like a lot of warm colors, so I think that's what I'm going to do. So I think I'm just going to use this dark brown as the color of the bear. And so I just started coloring with the dark brown. And so I thought because of the glasses, I would make the fur under them lighter. Okay, I'm gonna admit this isn't looking too great, but I think all we gotta do is just continue and hope for the best. So yeah, I kind of ignored the problem and just continued coloring things in. I colored in the scarf with this pretty red color and the book with a bright yellow. Also adding a little design to the coffee cup. Okay, so I covered over the light brown with the dark brown. I think it looks a lot better. It's not great, but I think it will be better with the rest of these. And so I moved on to the next one, and I started off with coloring the bookshelf, and I tried to do some uneven coloring so that it looked like a wood green texture. And then I colored the books with a variety of colors. I used blue, red, some yellow, and a little bit of black. And I decided not to color the back of the bookshelves, only like the front parts of it. And then I colored in the little bear, added some cheeks to both of them, and colored in the scarf. And then I just continued on to the next one. I decided to give him a red book, and then I just colored in the rest with the same colors. And this one's actually really satisfying to watch it being colored. And then I also added the cheeks to this one, and I also did the inside of his ear. And then I moved on to the last one, which is where I brought in some greens for the plants. And I colored the pot with this light brown, which kind of looked like terracotta. And then for the other plant, I made it just like a darker version. And then I skipped over to the books and just colored those in. And then I colored in the watering can and the bear. And for the part of the glasses that was going over the edge of the bear, I kept those clear to show that it was clear. And then this drawing was done. Okay, so here is how all of them turned out. When I first started coloring this guy, I wasn't sure if it was going to turn out alright, but I am so glad that I continued. Look how adorable this came out. I love this spread, especially the little plant one. And I hope you enjoyed drawing along with me, or you just enjoyed watching this video. But yeah, hope you enjoyed. Bye!